Hi, I'm Josh Dubois, and today we're talking about basic bartending, and now I'm going to show you how to pour liquor. Now this is very, very important, and earlier on when I was talking about what tools you need for bartending, I showed you one thing that I don't like using, and that is a measuring cup. I think that a measuring cup is like, basically I equivalent it to training wheels for bartending. It makes you look like an amateur if you use one of these, and that's because you don't know how to pour right. So I'm going to show you the way to look like a professional bartending. Now there are two different types of pourers that you can use when pouring a liquor bottle. Now you have to use a pourer because it's really hard to measure how much you pour when you just do that. That's a really, really hard thing to do, and it's impossible to do really. So you want to get a pourer. These come in a variety of styles. This is the one that we're going to be using that I actually prefer, which allows you to pour as much as you want. But you also won't need to know about this one because some of your bars, they may require you to actually pour with this, and it's called a posi pour. And what it does is, it goes in the top of the bottle like that, and then when you're pouring into a drink, it knows to cut it off at exactly 2 ounces. I really, really don't like these. I've had to use them before, and I don't think that they're that great. They also cost a lot of money. You can probably buy about 20 of these for as much as one of these costs. And I don't think that they're the greatest. They're just made for people wanting to control exactly how much liquor you're pouring into your drink. And you can use them at home if you'd like to know exactly, if you're just starting out pouring. But I'm going to show you why these are better, and a real easy way to do in your head what that pourer did for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to count. And now the speed of your counting isn't really that important. And this is something that really comes with a lot of practice. So you're going to want to sit there and just practice this over and over and over again. And once you've done it over and over and over again, you're probably going to get it right pretty much all the times. Now there's different schools of thought as far as what to count to. There's schools that say count to 3, but I like to count to 4 for 2 ounces. And the reason for that is because if you're doing something that requires 3 ounces of liquor, you're going to want to pour 6 counts. And that's not as easily divisible when you're counting to 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bottle and you're going to always hold it by the neck. Now, when I was apprenticing in New York, my boss always told me the bottles were built with a handle. Use it. When you grab it right here, a lot of times the bottles that you're using are going to be slippery and wet, and you don't want to grab them like here. I see it in bars all the time, and it's definitely an amateur mistake. I also see people that grab bottles like this. This is even worse. Now, grab the bottle by its handle. That's what it was put there for. And you're going to count to 4. And the speed at which you count is about this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you're going to put that in there right up to the top. Now that's how you actually count and pour. And you're going to do that every time. Whether it's going into a glass with ice in it, that's going to be a single shot. And this is a double shot. This is actually a double shot measuring thing. I know you see a lot of people that pour like this. This, to me, is not nearly as cool as being able to count in your head and pour it into either a shaker tin or a glass. I think that that looks kind of lame, actually. And I think that it looks way more impressive, and like you really, really know what you're doing when you pour, and you can go as high as you want, and it'll entertain your guests more, and it'll probably give you better tips if you're actually working. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you cut it off, and then you pour it into the 4 ounce, and it should come right to the tip top every time. There you go. And that's going to be way more entertaining for your guests. You're going to make much more in tips if you can actually count and pour. And the most important thing is it's the fastest way to bartend. If you have a high volume bar, or if you have a lot of people at your party, you're going to want the fastest bartending possible. And this pour allows you to do that bartending the fastest possible. Next, we're going to talk about how to pour beer correctly.
To watch the other segments in this video series, or for how-to videos on almost any other topic, visit monkeyseed.com.